Hello everyone, I am K. Devavani, Assistant Professor of Microbiology from Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. In this video, I am going to present a topic on immunoglobulin structure. It includes introduction, elucidation of immunoglobulin structure. Again, this has a light chain, heavy chain, variable and constant regions and hinge regions. Immunoglobulin antigenic determinants, biosynthesis and metabolism. Introduction. Immunoglobulins are the glycoproteins which recognize and bind specifically to the epitopes. Epitopes are the areas that are present on the antigen to which the antibody binds. Immunoglobulins are the glycoproteins. They recognize and bind to these epitopes of the antigen specifically, and they facilitate the clearance of the antigens. The antibodies give the protection from the microorganisms by 4 ways. First one is prevention. The second one is the reduction of virulence. And the third one is a complement activation. Fourth one is a phagocytosis. Antibodies give protection from the microorganisms by preventing the attachment of the microorganisms to the mucosal surfaces of the host. And the antibodies, they reduce the virulence. Virulence is the ability of the microorganisms to cause the disease. They reduce the virulence of the microorganisms by neutralizing them. They reduce the virulence of microorganisms by neutralizing either the toxins or the viruses. The third one is complement activation. Antibodies activate the complement that leads to cascade system of the complement, in turn results the killing of microorganisms. The fourth one is phagocytosis. The antibodies activate the phagocytosis process by the phagocytes. This activated phagocytosis is called as opsonization. These are the major 4 functions of the antibodies. Antibodies are synthesized in the serum and tissue fluids. The serum contains albumin and globulin fractions. Serum. The serum is the clear liquid which is having the high amount of antibody levels following infection and the immunization. Then that serum is called as antisera. Antisera means this is the sera having the high levels of antibodies after infection or the immunization. The serum contains 2 fractions, albumin and globulin. The globulin fraction, again it contains alpha, beta and gamma. The antibody activity is present in the GABA globulin fraction of the serum. That is why they are named as immunoglobulins. Antibodies are also called as immunoglobulins. Next, how the immunoglobulin structure was elucidated means is a history behind this identification and reducing the immunoglobulin structure, that is by scientists. The study of antibodies began in 1890s when Kitasato, Shibasbaro and von Behring described the antibody activity against the diphtheria and tetanus. And proposed HMI, humoral mediated immunity. Proposed humoral mediated immunity. Next, Paul Ehrlich. He proposed the side chain theory. That means the receptors they can bind to the toxins. These toxins is a side chain theory that was proposed by him for the antigen and antibody interaction in 1897. Later in 1904, Almroth Wright, he suggested that the antibodies when coated with the bacteria, they show the phagocytosis process that is now called as an opsonization. In the experiments of Tiselius, Heidelberger and Cabot in 1939. Tiselius, Cabot, Heidelberger, they are able to separate the serum components into albumin, alpha, beta and gamma globulins based on the electrophoretic mobility, and showed that the antibody activity is associated with the gamma globulin fraction. In 1960s, Edelman, Porter characterized that the antibodies consist of disulfide bond that is linking the H and light chains, L chains, and they deduced the structure and complete amino acid sequence for the IgG, for which they received the Nobel Prize in 1972. Now we move on to the structure. Immunoglobulin structure. Immunoglobulins are glycoproteins made up of L and H polypeptide chains. Light and heavy chains are named because of their molecular weight. L chain has a molecular weight of 25,000 Daltons. H chains have the molecular weight of 50,000 Daltons. This is the L chain portion and this is the heavy chain. Antibody molecule has a Y shape. This is the Y shaped structure of antibody and this is the domain structure of antibody. Immunoglobulin consists of 4 polypeptide chains. These are the 2 L chains and these are the 2 H chains. The heavy chains are longer and light chains are shorter. Heavy chain. Immunoglobulin molecule has 2 heavy chains. Each heavy chain is made up of 420 to 440 amino acids. The 2 heavy chains are held together by disulfide bonds, and each heavy chain and light chain, they are also linked together by disulfide bridges, and hydrophobic bonds are also present. Each polypeptide chain has the amino terminal end and the carboxy terminal end. The amino terminal end forms the variable region and the carboxyl terminal end forms the constant region. Both L and H chains have variable and constant regions. Both variable and constant regions are composed of 3-dimensionally folded repeating segments. These folded repeating segments are called as the domains. These are the domain structures of the immunoglobulin. Light chain contains 1 variable region and 1 constant region. Heavy chain contains 1 variable region and 3 CH domains. IgG and IgA have 3 CH domains. IgM and IgE have 4 CH domains. The heavy chain of an antibody molecule determine the class of that antibody. Based on this structure of heavy chain, immunoglobulins are classified into IgM, IgA, D, G, IgG and IgE. M, G, A, D, E. These heavy chains are structurally and antigenically distinct for each class of immunoglobulin. They differ in their size and carbohydrate content also. The complement binding site, here it is present in the heavy chain in the constant region, that is CH2 domain. Light chain. Immunoglobulin has two light chains. Each light chain is made up of 220 to 240 amino acids. The light chain is attached to the heavy chain by a disulfide bond. The light chains are structurally and chemically similar in all the classes of immunoglobulins. The light chains are two types, kappa and lambda. Each immunoglobulin has either kappa or lambda chains but never both. Variable and constant regions. Each heavy chain contains one variable and three constant domains. IgG, IgA have three CH domains. They are CH1, that is CH1, CH2 and CH3. CH1, CH2 and CH3. Whereas IgM and IgE have four domains. Extra domain is present, CH4. Both heavy and light chains contain variable and constant regions. Variable region is a V, constant region is a C region. These regions, they contain composed of folded structures which can be represented in the form of a domains. Each heavy chain consists of one variable, that is VH, and three constant, that is CH. CH, constant heavy chain domains. IgG and IgA have three constant regions in the heavy chain. IgM and IgE have four constant regions in the heavy chain. Each light chain consists of light chain, this is the light chain, consists of one variable, that is VL, and one constant, that is a CL. Each light chain consists of one variable and one constant domain. Variable region in the L is called, light chain is called VL, and the constant region in the light chain is called as a CL. The amino terminal half of the light and heavy chain, this form, the amino terminal half of the light and heavy chain, it consists of 100 to 110 amino acids. This is called as a variable region. Here it is represented in the light chain, it is VL, and it is in the VH in the heavy chain. The variable regions of both light and heavy chains, they consist of hypervariable regions. They are called as HVR. HVR means hypervariable regions. These are the regions to which it can bind to the antigens. In the variable region of H and L domain, the maximum variation is located at a particular regions. Those regions are called as HVR, and the less variable regions here, they are called as FR, framework regions. The less variable regions are called as framework regions. Hypervariable region forms the antigen binding site of the antibody molecule. The site and the antibody binds to the antigen. This is called as a FAB, fragment of antigen binding site. FAB means FAB means fragment of antigen binding site. The HVR forms the fragment of antigen binding site, and this is complementary to the structure of epitope. This is a complementary to what it is epitope. So this is also called as the CDRs. CDRs means complementary determining regions. Each FAB fragment has 6 CDRs, 3 in heavy chain, 3 in light chain. The function of FR, framework region, acts as a support to the 6 CDRs, 6 complementary determining region loops. These CDRs, they form the specificity exhibited by the antibodies. The carboxy terminal half of the molecule is called a C region. It consists of amino acids. This is called as FC fragment, FC fragment of crystallization, crystallizable fragments. It has many biological functions. It is responsible for the activation of complement FC, complement, and it binds to the cell surface receptors. Placental transfer, which can cross, and placenta. FC fragment, which is located at the carboxy terminal part, has biological functions such as complement activation, and they bind to the cell surface receptors, and they can transfer through placenta. But the constant region of the light chain has no known biological functions. The amino acid sequence extended between the two heavy chains is called as a hinge region. The hinge region is rich with the amino acids proline and cysteine. This hinge region is more flexible region, and it can be digested by the enzymes, can be subjected to cleavage by the enzymes. Gamma, delta and alpha heavy chains have hinge region. Ig, gamma, Ig, D, that is delta, Ig, A. In the 5 classes of immunoglobulins, 3 classes IgG, IgD and IgA, they have hinge region, but IgM and IgE, they do not have a hinge region. That's why they have an additional domain in the form of CH4. Hinge region is the region present in between the two heavy chains, extended in between the two heavy chains, which is rich with amino acid proline and cysteine. This is the area is more flexible and susceptible for the action of enzymes such as peptide. The gamma, delta and alpha heavy chains, they have the hinge regions, but mu and epsilon heavy chains, they do not contain this hinge region, but they contain an additional domain of constant region, that is CH4. The immunoglobulin molecule can be broken into number of fragments by an action of an enzymes, Papain. Papain, it cleaves the immunoglobulin just above the interchain disulfide bond. Here it has a cleavage site, that is interchain disulfide bonds linking the heavy chains. Papain cleaves just above the interchain disulfide bonds which link the heavy chains and produce the production of two identical FAB fragments and one FC fragments. FAB fragment of antigen binding, FC fragment of crystallizable region. This is the structure of immunoglobulin. In this immunoglobulin, this complement binds here in the CH2 region. The CH2 FC region has biological functions in which complement activation is one function. So, the complement binds to the CH2 region, constant region in the heavy chain, that is CH2 domain. Next, we move on to the globulin antigenic determinants. The antigenic determinants in the immunoglobulins are three types. First one is isotypes, the second one is allotypes, and the third one is idiotypes. Isotypes, it refers to the particular variations in the constant regions of light and heavy chains. These are the mouse immunoglobulins IgG1 and IgM. The difference variations here in the constant region. This is the constant region of the L chain, and this is the constant region of H chain. Immunoglobulins are classified based on the heavy chain isotopes such as Ig, G, Ig, M, Ig, A, Ig, D and Ig, E. The L chains have the variations. They are distinguished by isotype markers such as kappa and lambda. The structural differences in the constant region of heavy and light chain determines the immunoglobulin class and subclass, types and subtypes within the species. Isotypes are present in all the members of species. Next one is allotypes. Allotypes, all the members of species inherit the same set of isotype genes, but multiple alleles are present for the sum of the genes. Allotypes. All members of species inherit the same set of isotype genes, but multiple alleles are present for some of these genes. These multiple alleles, they code the differences in the amino acids. These allotypes, they refer to the allelic differences in both variable and constant regions of immunoglobulin. The allotype markers are present on the constant regions of L and heavy chains. They are, this is the kappa and this is the gamma 1, and this is the kappa and gamma 1. Both are mouse immunoglobulins, that is IgG1 and IgG1, but different strains, strain A and strain B. The allotypic markers are present on the constant regions of L and H chains. They are marker on the A refers to alpha, M refers to marker, allotypic marker, AM on the alpha heavy chain and GM on gamma heavy chain, KM on light chain. K means kappa, it is a light chain. Allotypic markers are absent in mu, delta and epsilon heavy chains on lambda L chain. Allotypic markers are present on alpha H chain, AM, gamma H chain, GM, light chain, kappa light chain, KM, but absent in mu, delta and E heavy chains, epsilon heavy chains and lambda form of light chain. Allotypic markers are present in some but not in the all the members of a species. It follows the Mendelian inheritance. Next one is the idiotype. Idiotype, the variable region, that is VH and VL, which are present at the amino terminus. This is the amino terminus ends. Here the antibodies are again from mouse IgG1 and mouse IgG1, but this mouse IgG1 is produced against the antigen A, and this was mouse IgG1 was produced against antigen B. This here it is the variable part. The variable part is located at the amino terminal end of the immunoglobulin, that forms VH in the heavy chain and VL in the light chain. These VH and VL domains, they form the antigen binding site. Antigen binding site. The unique amino acid sequence that is present in the VH and VL domains of an antibody serves as an antigen detection. That is referred as a idiotype. The unique amino acid sequence present in the VH and VL domains of an antibody that serves as an antigen detection, that is referred as an idiotype. That means it refers to the specificity associated with the variable region. Idiotype markers are present in HVR. HVR means hypervariable regions of immunoglobulins. Idiotype, they are specific to each antibody molecule. Anti-idiotypic antibodies means the antibodies are produced against these idiotypes. They can have the structure similar to that of epitope, so that they can be used as a vaccine also. This is about the antigenic determinants of immunoglobulin. Next is biosynthesis and metabolism. Biosynthesis, from where these antibodies are synthesized. Antibodies are synthesized from B lymphocytes and plasma cells. B lymphocytes and plasma cells, they take part in the synthesis of immunoglobulins. In plasma cells are the most differentiated B lymphocytes. When the antigen enters into the host, they are recognized by the B lymphocytes. After binding, the B cells are transformed into plasma cells. These plasma cells, they secrete the large amounts of immunoglobulins. The synthetic capacity of plasma cells is due to the abundant cytoplasm and the more endoplasmic reticulum. In the immunoglobulins, both H and L chains are synthesized in separate polyribosomes of the plasma cell, ribosomes where the protein synthesis takes place. H and L chains are polypeptides. So, these two chains are synthesized in the separate polyribosomes of the plasma cell, and they are combined to produce a complete immunoglobulin molecule. Both IgM and IgA are polymeric. IgM and IgA are polymeric antibodies. They have an additional polypeptide chain that is called J chain, J for joining chain. The J chain is also synthesized by the plasma cells, by all the plasma cells, but this J chain is incorporated in the polymeric forms of IgM and IgA only. This is about the biosynthesis of immunoglobulins. Both H and L chains are synthesized in the separate polyribosomes of the plasma cells, and they are combined and produce immunoglobulin. J chain is also synthesized by all the plasma cells, but it is incorporated only in the polymeric forms of immunoglobulin M and immunoglobulin A, that is alpha. Next, coming to the metabolism of immunoglobulins. This is referred in the form of T1/2. This is the half-life of immunoglobulin. Half-life of immunoglobulin is the important and one of the commonly used parameter to know the catabolic rate of immunoglobulin. Half-life generally means the time for the reduction to the half, time for the reduction to half of circulating immunoglobulin concentration after the equilibrium has reached. It is generally, this half life is determined by injecting the immunoglobulins that are labeled with immunoglobulins are labeled with iodine 131. By injecting these radioisotopes, the half life of the immunoglobulins is determined. Immunoglobulin G has a longest half life, that is for 21 days, except IgG3. IgG again has subclasses IgG1, IgG2, IgG3 and IgG4. In that IgG3 has a short lifespan, that half life, that is 7 days. Except this, remaining all the subclasses of immunoglobulin G has the half life is of 21 days. The half life of IgA is 5 to 6 days, and the half life of IgM is 5 days. IgE is 2 days. D and E, they have 2 days. This is about the metabolism of the immunoglobulins. So, here the major key points to remember in this topic of immunoglobulin structure is immunoglobulins, they are the glycoproteins which can recognize specifically and they bind to the antigenic epitopes and they facilitate the clearance of those antigens, and they are the globulin fraction. Serum has an albumin fraction and globulin fraction. The gamma globulin fraction has an antibody activity, that is why they are named as immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulin has a structure, it contains 4 polypeptide chains, 2 comprise of light chains and 2 comprise of heavy chains because of their molecular weight. On the total, it has a 150,000 Daltons, and the variable region here, it is the each polypeptide chain has an amino terminal end and the carboxy terminal end. The amino terminal end forms the variable region. The variable region in the light chain is VL, the variable region in the H chain is called VH. The carboxy terminus region forms the constant region. The constant region in the light chain is a Cl. The constant region in the heavy chain is again CH1, CH2 and CH3, but CH4 in IgM and IgE, because IgM and IgE, they do not have a hinge region. FAB and FC. FAB is the site where it is present at the amino terminus part of the immunoglobulin to which the antigen binds. The region is called as a hypervariable region, and because it has the more variation, the variation is about nearly 5 to 10 amino acids, and its structure is complementary to that of antigenic epitopes. So, they are also called as a complementary determining regions. The remaining non-variable part is called as a framework region that supports the CDRs. The specificity of antibody is relies on this CDR portion. The hinge region is present in between the 2 heavy chains which are linked by means of a disulfide linkages, which is more flexible for the enzymic cleavage, which is rich with proline and cysteine. The hinge region is present in IgG, IgD and IgA. Hypervariable region or CDR to which the antigen binds. The structure that is complementary to that of epitope is called as a paratope in the immunoglobulin. And the antigenic determinants here isotypes, idiotypes and allotypes. Isotypes based on this heavy chain structure. Heavy chain, it refers to the variations in the constant region of light and heavy chains. So, immunoglobulins are classified based on this heavy chain. They are immunoglobulin isotypes. They are IgG, IgM, IgA, IgD and IgE. In the next coming video, I will explain in detail about the structure and functions of these classes of immunoglobulins. They are IgG, IgM, IgA, IgD and IgE. With this, I am concluding my topic on the structure of immunoglobulin. Thank you for watching.